Hey, welcome to UK Wildcrafts. This is sea beet, Beta vulgaris maritima, a very common edible perennial found all around the coast in the UK, though apparently not quite as common in northern Scotland. You'll find it growing in amongst the dunes and shingle of beaches above the tide line, and you'll also find it in mud flats, estuaries and field edges that are quite near the coast. You can sometimes find it inland next to roads, and that's because of the salt runoff coming off of the road. Sea beet is the wild ancestor of cultivated beetroot, and sometimes these stems have the same purple colour that beetroot has. And it's also related to spinach and chard. The leaves of sea beet are dark green and glossy. They're quite variable in shape. The basal leaves are triangular or diamond shaped, and the further up the plant you go, the leaves are broader and sometimes have an oval shape. And the leaves have a wavy margin or edge, more so on the older leaves. They've got a very wavy margin. The younger ones have a slightly wavy margin. An important point for sea beet is that they have a long petiole or leaf stem, and the leaves grow decurrently down the leaf stem. So you see there's like a bit of a wing of the leaf growing down the stem. The leaves persist all year and can be picked and eaten any time of year. It's much better in the spring when you get the fresh growth like this. So these younger leaves can just be picked and eaten raw. The older ones, they really need to be blanched before eating, and you can pretty much just treat them like you would kale. Just don't take too many leaves from one plant. A big mature plant like this I'll probably take about 15 leaves from and then move on. Around the coast it's a very abundant plant anyway, so there's no need to take loads from one plant. Just take a few and then move on to the next one. From April onwards you'll start getting the flower shoots growing like this, and the flower stems are long, upright and grooved, and the flower buds are green and they have smaller leaves in between them. For me these are the best edible part of the plant. Just take a shoot like that, and that's just, you just slightly blanch it and then fry it in butter, and they're really tasty. Again, just take just a few from each plant. So to cook the sea beet leaves, you just want to give them a light steam. So rinse them off in some water, and the water that stays on the leaves is enough to steam them in. You don't need to add any more water in. Just put the lid on, turn it up quite high, and just a minute or two will be enough. So that's been about 2 minutes now, and that's just about perfect. And you see where spinach will wilt down to almost nothing, sea beet keeps its shape. And it's got a similar flavour to spinach as well, but I think sea beet is nicer. It's got a bit of a irony flavour to it. And Also, you don't need to season sea beet because as it's a sea veg, it's already quite salty. So the sea beet flower spikes, as I've said before, you just want to blanch or part cook them to start with. So just soak them in the water and then transfer them into a pan. Put the lid on. Just for about less than a minute. And then when they're part cooked, just take them off the heat. Get a frying pan. And just add a little bit of butter. And let that melt. Once that's melted, turn the heat down. Get your flower spikes. Just give that another 20-30 seconds. And they're a perfect side dish for like fish or pretty much any meal really, but they really go well with fish.